step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Oh, hi guys!
Hi there, it's Mate,
It's Greg.
and today we're going to talk about
Damien Chazelle, the filmography of this young, amazing director. Damien Chazelle is actually a French-American director, born in 1985, so he's 33 years old. He already made 3 movies in 4 years. The first one was Whiplash, released in 2014. Then we had La La Land in 2016, and finally the last one who just came out was First Man in 2018. Impressive 3 movies actually. He won a bunch of Oscars, the Oscar of Best Director for La La Land. I'm pretty sure you heard about this movie. And the idea today is to try to go beyond the movie themselves to understand the vision of the director. Speaking about their movie, they are really, at the first approach, really different movies. So Whiplash, for example, if we start with Whiplash, Whiplash is the story of Andrew, a young man passionate about jazz, who actually wants to be the best drummer. It's a really intimate movie, the relationship between Andrew and his teacher.
the conductor of the group.
That is take place in New York, and it's really like a dark thriller about jazz. So it's really artistic, niche movie. In a way.
I know people who are genuinely frightened by the movie, by the character of the teacher.
A real thriller.
Yeah, it is.
Then we had La La Land.
Yeah, which is like if you look at it, it's a musical, obviously, and it's a romantic movie as well. So it's like again quite different. It's about Mia, a young actress who plays small roles but would like to become a Hollywood celebrity and a famous actress, and Seb, who is a piano player, a jazz maniac, would like to open his own bar, jazz bar, and play real jazz without any compromises. They meet, and of course they engage in a romantic relationship. And of course, it's quite different. It's not an intimate movie. It has huge stunt crews and big sets.
Yeah, it's mainly about Hollywood itself.
Yeah. It's about the Hollywood industry. Actually,
It's a huge, colorful production.
Yeah, it's absolutely
a musical.
Yeah. And then we have First Man, which is a biography and a drama. About Neil Armstrong and the Apollo landing on the moon. So yes, it's a huge budget, dealing with real historic events.
It's really completely different style, and also you can see it in the way that Chazelle approached the movie. So it's really different way of directing as well. So one is as we said like a dark thriller based in New York. The second one is a colorful musical. Romantic comedy that is based in Hollywood, and the third one is mainly a real fact-based biopic that is based mainly on space. So we have really different movies.
Yeah.
But
are they not that different?
That's the idea. Is that what we think with Mate is that all those 3 movies, and we are waiting to see if the 4th one will give us reason or not, but have the same goal, have the same vision. They tell the same thing. In a way.
Yeah, and what's that same vision in these movies? It's always achieving something, achieving one's dream, achieving something big, pushing the boundaries, doing something huge. Like in the case of Whiplash, the young guy Andrew would like to become the greatest jazz drummer ever. And of course, deep down, we realize it through the movie that he would like to earn the appreciation of his teacher, of the conductor, and
Fletcher.
That's the achievement.
Yeah.
In La La Land, of course, Mia would like to become the actress, as I mentioned it, and Seb is a huge jazz player and the owner of a jazz bar without any altered forms of jazz, and shows it's real. And of course, First Man is about the final frontier of man landing in space, doing something extraordinary, beating the Soviets in the process. But of course, it's humanity's efforts, the huge leap.
Yeah, exactly. And so they all the characters in each of the movie have a huge dream, a goal to achieve. But of course, in all kind of story, you have a goal to achieve for a character. But for there, it's like really like that's the only target of the movie is their own personal dream.
Aspirations.
Aspiration, yeah, exactly. Which they are passionate about. It's a lot about passion as well because Armstrong is passionate about astrology, of course, and the rest are passionate of
yeah, that's
art.
how the audience identifies with the characters, because everyone is very passionate.
Exactly, and then after you have what you have is that the once you settle that, and it's usually at the beginning that they settle the passion or the goal of each character, and then you go through all the challenges and all the sacrifice of those people. So it's really about what do you have to sacrifice to achieve your goal. So in Whiplash, the character of Andrew has to sacrifice almost everything. His family, he kind of cut off with his family. His girlfriend, he meet a girl at the beginning and he break up with her during the movie because he realized that art is more important than his relationship and he doesn't want to commit into something else than his own art, jazz. And he finished to even like lose himself because he was kind of a shy, nice guy at the beginning, and he becomes, after a while, kind of a selfish prick, arrogant, who thinks that he is the best and that jazz is the only thing that matters. So that's about Whiplash. In La La Land, of course, I think what they lose the most is their relationship, and that's actually interesting because it was sold, and usually musical is only about romantic, and the only thing that they lose in the movie is romance. Actually, they lost themselves, even though we think that the relationship will be the thing they will keep, but no, their dreams is more important. And finally, in First Man, what is actually interesting in First Man is that Chazelle said that it's a movie he wanted to make between the moon and the kitchen, and in a way, to achieve the moon, Armstrong has to lose the kitchen. So it means that he will sacrifice his family. So he will lose his contact with his children. With his wife, this scene before he goes to the moon, and his wife obliged Armstrong to sit down to the table to tell to his children that he will go to the moon and he might not come back, and Armstrong didn't want to do that. Is a really, I think, clear way to show that he doesn't have any contact anymore with his family. He wants to get off.
Scene.
Exactly. Yeah, it's an amazing scene. And another scene that is actually interesting, and that we'll go to the next point of the common point of the movie of Chazelle, is when you are in First Man and when he arrived finally on the moon, and it's a moment that you want to see since the beginning of the movie actually. It's amazingly directed. He arrives and he has this little memory of his daughter that he just let go into one of the hole of the moon. Meaning that the character, even though that he achieved his goal and the goal of the dream of the humanity in general to walk on the moon, he will never have his daughter back, his daughter who died at the beginning of the movie. So he succeed, but at the end, and it's interesting because in all the movies of Chazelle it's like this, you are not so happy. That's the dream you have at the beginning, that they succeed in what they want. But at the end you're not happy because you realize all they lost as well, and they will never have that back. In La La Land, of course, at the moment that Mia succeed to be a famous actress and Seb succeed to open his bar, they lost their relationship, and that's the only thing you want to see in the movie. You want them to be in love, and they are not anymore. So even though they achieve their own goals, as the audience, you feel a bit frustrated and a bit sad for them, you know.
Yeah.
And in Whiplash, of course, at the end when he succeed to have finally let's say with the big concert at the end, and he achieved something amazing. You still realize that this guy is completely alone, and at what costs, you know, he succeeded that, and did it worth it, you know?
Yeah, did it? Eventually, these are deeply sad movies, but as it turns out, Chazelle just in the last minute, or maybe some time after the last minute, just grabs the hand of the audience and shows the light at the end of the tunnel. Something redeeming, something that really feels comfortable watching these movies. Like if you think about the end of Whiplash, at the end of the concert, you see a very, very close shot of the conductor's face, and he's smiling, and of course they meet up after the bar. and they have a conversation, and you feel that Andrew forgave Fletcher for everything.
In a way, yeah.
And he's able to let go.
In one smile.
Yeah. Something similar in La La Land when they have that perfect scene of imagining the life that could be between the two lovers, how it could have been, and then they just look at each other, Seb playing the piano and Mia sitting, and there's a brief smile again, and you just feel that they are okay with it. They let go of each other, and it is again quite redeemable. And of course, First Man, the ending that some complained about. The scene where he meets his wife without speaking, and there's that glass window between the two, and they put their hands on the glass window, and you just feel that there is still some hope in their relationship. So yeah, these are very interesting things. Do you think Chazelle means with these that he gives a reassurance that these sacrifices we saw in each movie worth it in the end?
Yeah, I think it can be kind of biographic, and in a way for him to convince himself that it's worth it. And I think regarding the three first movies of Chazelle, for us at least, all the sacrifice you made, Damien Chazelle, worth it.
Absolutely.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he's very talented, the best, one of the best in his generation, and we are quite looking forward to what he has in mind. Show to us next time.
Definitely. I hope it will make you want to watch his movies if it's not done already, or if you are not agree with us, of course, do not hesitate to write in comments. If you are agree, because we always said if you disagree, write comments, but if you agree, write comments as well to tell us what you thought.
And please subscribe to our channel.
And see you soon.
See you. Cheers.
Bye.